But the stories that they told in the documentary, bruh, come on. They could have went a whole lot deeper. They could have did a whole lot more.
Interestingly, we haven't seen the indictments yet. There's been some time lag. I suppose it will take some time to go through all the forensic, evidence.
The clash between Diddy's sons and 50 Cent is no longer just about reputation, it's about survival. The situation is changing fast. Just weeks after 50 Cent's Netflix expose, Sean Combs, The Reckoning, shook the industry with unseen footage and serious claims, Justin and Christian Combs made their move. They aren't just defending their father anymore. Insiders say the brothers are collecting damaging material on 50 Cent, hoping to expose parts of his past and flip the narrative. But as they plan their response, pressure is building. Lawsuits are piling up, subpoenas are spreading, and talk of possible arrests is growing. What began as a fight to protect their father's legacy is turning into a dangerous gamble. One mistake could put Justin and Christian Combs in serious legal trouble, possibly alongside their father.
With the series, with the film.
I mean, I think the intention is to give a more full-bodied experience to what happened, from the people that agreed to sit down and to participate. And I feel like the film asks a lot of questions, maybe more questions are asked than answers given.
The timing couldn't be more volatile. Diddy, currently serving his sentence at Fort Dix with a revised release date of May 25, 2028, slightly moved up from the original 2028 time, watching from prison as his sons step into a battle that's no longer just about him. Justin and Christian Combs' upcoming docuseries, set to premiere on the Zeus network in 2026, isn't simply a response to 50 Cent's project. It's a calculated strike. Sources close to the production say they've been quietly gathering footage, recordings, and testimonies designed not just to challenge the reckoning, but to tear down 50 Cent's carefully built public image. This reportedly includes unreleased interviews, financial records, and allegations tied to his early career, material so sensitive that insiders claim 50's team has already started damage control. And despite his public mockery, including an Instagram post dismissing the Combs brothers as living off wealth and legacy, people close to 50 admit he isn't taking this lightly. The real question isn't whether Diddy's sons can strike back, it's whether they can survive what comes next. Because this isn't just another documentary, it's a legal time bomb.
It's probably leaning towards guilt. Now, on the racketeering, I agree with you that the predicate acts may be found, but that's not all they need. There's an ultimate question. The first question on the jury verdict form is, do you find him guilty or not guilty of racketeering? Before you even get to the predicate acts, which you only get to if you find guilt, they could just be hung up on that question and say, this guy's not Tony Soprano. I am not convinced that I even want to find guilt.
The Combs brothers are walking a razor's edge, backing their father's appeal while facing legal trouble of their own. Justin, 31, and Christian, 27, are no longer just guarding Diddy's legacy theory, now defendants themselves. In April 2024, Christian was named in a lawsuit alleging misconduct aboard a yacht chartered by Diddy, with claims that echo accusations made against his father. Then in June, Justin was named in a separate lawsuit alleging he lured a woman to Los Angeles under false pretenses, where she claims she was coerced during a weekend at a Beverly Hills property. Both brothers deny the allegations, but the timing is brutal. What was meant to be a documentary response now looks like a last-ditch effort to control the narrative as their own legal risks grow. Meanwhile, pressure continues to build and 50 Cent's camp isn't backing down.
If I didn't say anything, you would interpret it as the hip-hop is fine with his behaviors. There's no one else being vocal. So you would look at it and just say, because that mind your business, or let me not say nothing about nothing, or those things, it would allow the entire culture to register as if they're for that.
The rapper, who once positioned himself as the moral opposite of Diddy, is now facing scrutiny of his own past. Insiders claim the Combs brothers have gathered testimony tied to 50 Cent's early years, long before Get Rich or Die Tryin', when his connections and business dealings were far less refined. There's quiet talk of sealed records, old rivalries, and associations that could reignite questions about his rise. Publicly, 50 responds with bravado. Privately, sources say his legal team has warned former associates against cooperating. His social media jabs, including a swipe at Christian over a deleted threat, look like trolling, but insiders say they're calculated, testing how far the brothers will go. The biggest variable is Diddy himself. From prison, he's reportedly advising his sons and shaping their documentary. While his appeal argues judicial bias, his December 2025 filing accusing the judge of acting as a 13th juror sent a clear message. Diddy isn't backing down, playing the long game, and the documentary is part of it.
And so the judge again seemed to be taking that matter pretty seriously and just pretty much said that, everyone, the judge, or excuse me, the attorneys, the witnesses' attorneys, the accusers' attorneys, they all have to adhere to these professional rules. They all have to adhere to this professional conduct. And if this continues and if more things are said that get onto the...
Some of the footage the brothers are sitting on was allegedly filmed by Diddy himself in the days leading up to his arrest, material he reportedly planned to use to control his own narrative. Now, it's being repurposed, not just to defend him, but to strike back at 50 Cent. And history shows Diddy's legal battles are never just about the courtroom. They're about leverage. With his release date drawing closer, every move his sons make carries consequences. It could help pave the way for his return or leave nothing standing when he gets out. What's clear is this documentary isn't the finale. It's the opening shot. The Combs brothers aren't just trying to rewrite their father's legacy. They're positioning themselves as power players in a post-Diddy industry. Justin, once the face of Respectfully Justin on Revolt TV, and Christian, known as King Combs, now find themselves at the center of a storm that could shift hip-hop's balance of power. And the stakes couldn't be higher.
Same kind of extortion that we heard when Cassie took the stand and testified on that airplane ride back from France. Diddy said, "You don't do a freak off, I'm going to release one of the freak off videos that you are profiled in and humiliate."
If their documentary backfires, if the footage is ruled legally questionable or their own cases gain momentum, the Combs brothers could find themselves facing the same consequences as their father. And 50 Cent isn't just a target in this fight. He's an active player in a game where the rules are shifting in real time. His documentary was a knockout punch. Theirs is a counterstrike that could either balance the scales or detonate everything. Then there's the money. Diddy's empire, once worth hundreds of millions, has been hollowed out by lawsuits and brand fallout. His sons, however, still control access to assets, to information, and to secrets others would pay dearly to keep buried. Industry insiders say investors aren't backing their project out of loyalty, but out of curiosity about what it might expose. In that sense, the documentary isn't just storytelling, it's leverage. And if history is any indication, once it drops, a legal backlash will follow from 50 Cent, from networks, from anyone who feels implicated. The Combs brothers are betting that their version of the truth will protect them. But in a world where truth is negotiable and leverage is currency, that protection may come at a cost they're not prepared to pay. What's unfolding isn't just a feud. It's a collision of legacy, law, and ambition, and there may be no clean winners when it's over.
Bankman Fried were in the unit that was one floor above mine. So in terms of like the setting, it's a fairly decent chance that the room I'm describing is similar to where Diddy is. Yeah.
The Combs brothers have everything to gain and everything to lose. And for the first time in his career, 50 Cent, the master of turning conflict into profit, finds himself in unfamiliar territory. No longer the hunter, but the hunted. Meanwhile, Diddy, from inside a prison cell, is still pulling strings, reminding everyone that influence doesn't disappear behind bars, it just changes shape. With the documentary set to drop in 2026, the real battles won't play out on camera alone. They'll unfold in courtrooms, quiet settlements, and shadowy industry negotiations where reputations are traded like currency. The real question isn't who wins the feud, it's who's left standing when the dust settles and whether the truth will even matter by then. Because in this game, the first casualty isn't reputation, it's control. And right now, no one is firmly in the driver's seat. The moment you realize this isn't just a war between two families is the moment the bigger picture comes into focus. While the Combs sons and 50 Cent trade shots publicly, a much larger machine hums in the background, one that doesn't care about loyalty, legacy, or even truth. It cares about opportunity. And the opportunity here is enormous. Streaming platforms, record labels, legal firms, even the prison system all have skin in this story. Netflix proved that with The Reckoning, a project that wasn't just a documentary, but a calculated business move. Industry insiders say the streamer saw the Diddy scandal not merely as content, but as a chance to dominate the true crime space, with 50 Cent's involvement guaranteeing controversy, attention, and scale. And the numbers back it up. Nearly 22 million minutes viewed in the first 6 days alone. That's not just audience interest, that's leverage.
To get out in front of this and, try to persuade Netflix not to come forward with it, I think it's an interesting argument because what they're claiming is, Curtis Jackson, aka 50 Cent, has had a long-standing, animosity against Diddy and sort of vice versa. And because he's at the helm, they're arguing this can't be taken seriously. This should sort of be seen as propaganda. And one of the things that Netflix hit back with was, yes, he's the executive producer. He doesn't necessarily have creative control. And that's something...
Now, with the Combs brothers preparing their counter-documentary for Zeus Network, it's turned into a full-blown media arms race. The question isn't just who will control the narrative, it's who will profit from the chaos while the players themselves take the hits. Let's talk money, because that's where the real motives lie. Diddy's empire may be crumbling, but the pieces are still valuable, especially to those who know how to leverage them. His son's documentary isn't just a defense, it's a negotiation tool. Legal insiders suggest the footage and testimonies they're collecting could be used as bargaining chips in Diddy's appeal, or even to pressure accusers into settlements. The twist? The Combs brothers aren't just fighting to protect their father's freedom, they're fighting for their own financial futures.
The suit specifically challenges allegations suggesting that Mr. Combs and his involvement in the 2018 of his former partner Kim Porter, whose passing was officially attributed to natural causes by the Los Angeles County
With much of Diddy's assets frozen or tied up in lawsuits, Justin and Christian need to secure their own revenue streams. And what better way than a high-stakes docuseries that positions them as the new faces of the Combs brand? But 50 Cent's empire isn't untouchable either. His investments in beverages, television, and cryptocurrency have made him vulnerable, especially to rivals who see his public feud with Diddy as a chance to strike. Industry whispers suggest certain competitors are quietly backing the Combs brothers project, hoping it will distract 50 long enough for them to make their own moves. In this game, even your enemy's enemies can become temporary allies. Then there's the legal industrial complexa machine that thrives on prolonged conflict. Lawyers on both sides aren't just billing by the hour, they're laying the groundwork for the next major battle. Diddy's appeal is already high profile, but the real maneuvering is happening behind the scenes, where attorneys are reportedly trading information like poker chips. One source claims 50 Cent's legal team has been in contact with people connected to Diddy's past figures who could be persuaded to cooperate if the price is right.
So maybe the judge is going to give him more than time served.
But we should say that the maximum he could get is 20 years.
And that's what I want to get into for a minute, because this is some racist you-know-what, this man act.
Meanwhile, the Combs brothers' lawyers are reportedly digging into 50 Cent's early career, searching for contracts, settlements, or even sealed records that could be used to challenge his credibility. It's a high-stakes chess game. Every pawn is a potential liability, and every move could set off a chain reaction. The FBI's involvement in Diddy's original case was only the beginning. Now, with Justin and Christian facing their own legal battles, scrutiny is intensifying. If their documentary includes even a hint of illegally obtained material, they could face charges similar to their father Sunley. This time, they won't have a legacy to fall back on. The most chilling part isn't the feud itself, it's who will get caught in the crossfire. Assistants, former employees, and low-level executives who worked for Diddy or 50 Cent during the relevant years could all be pulled into the spotlight. These are people who never sought this kind of exposure. Industry insiders say some have already been approached, offered money to stay silent or to speak out. Then there are the men and women who worked with 50 Cent over the years, some of whom may have stories that don't fit the carefully crafted persona he's presented to the public.
Did Phil explain why he's speaking out now?
He said he's speaking out because he believes Diddy's a predator, he wants accountability, and he doesn't want someone like this to run unchecked in the future.
The documentary battle isn't just Diddy versus 50 Cent, it's about who gets caught in the crossfire. In an industry built on secrecy and survival, the first rule is simple: protect yourself at all costs. What hasn't been fully addressed is the real danger. This documentary may not just be a weapon, it could be a time bomb. Combs brothers aren't simply trying to clear their father's name. They're playing a long game that could reshape how this entire era of hip-hop is remembered. If their footage and testimonies hit as intended, Diddy's conviction could be recast as a witch hunt, 50 Cent's role reframed as opportunism, and accusers' motives brought under scrutiny. But the opposite is just as possible. If the documentary misfires, it could backfire spectacularly, revealing new allegations against the Combs family and giving prosecutors the pieces they need to widen their cases.
This is the flight where Diddy said to her,
showed her
he
the video,
testified
showed her
that
the freak-off video.
He showed her a video of a freak-off that she participated in and said, if you don't participate in another freak-off when we get to New York, I'm gonna put this video out. I'm gonna send it to your mother.
And that's coercion.
She testified to that.
If the jury
believed her, that's coercion. They would have Cassie.
Legal analysts warn that if the Combs brothers project contains even one verified case of obstruction, witness tampering, or evidence destruction, it could spark a new wave of indictments not just against Diddy, but against Justin and Christian themselves. And then there's an even scarier possibility. This documentary could be only the opening move in a year-long campaign, with more documents, witnesses, and explosive revelations still waiting for the right moment to surface. The Combs family isn't just fighting a battle, they're laying the groundwork for a war of attrition, where survival matters more than victory. To see why this feud feels so existential, we have to zoom out. At its core, it's a proxy war for the soul of an industry defined by power, not justice. This isn't just Diddy versus 50 Cent or old money versus new influence. It's a clash of two visions for hip-hop's legacy. Diddy represents the old guard, the mogul who built empires by blending street credibility with boardroom savvy, where loyalty was currency and secrets were the price of admission. 50 Cent embodies the new era, transparency as a weapon, scandals as profit, and the court of public opinion holding more power than any record label. Combs brothers' documentary isn't simply defending their father. It's a high-stakes attempt to reclaim the narrative, proving if only for a moment that the old rules still hold sway.
So he put his hands on females, put his hands on producers, executives. That's just his. I guess that's what the whole name Bad Boy comes from. That people don't really understand. What is it? What is a bad boy? Why did he choose that name? Like he never really gave a clear definition of how he feels about
But the cultural tide has shifted. In a world where cancel culture and legal accountability move at the speed of a tweet, the old playbook silence, intimidation, PR spin might not just fail. It could speed up the downfall. What we're witnessing isn't just a feud. It's a reckoning with the industry itself, a moment when past sins are pulled into the light, and no one is untouchable. The psychological toll is already showing. Industry veterans describe a climate of paranoia, former allies cutting ties, every text or casual conversation potentially subpoenaed, and the constant fear of becoming the next headline causing people to second-guess even their own memories. The Combs brothers, raised in the shadow of their father's larger-than-life persona, are now learning what it means to be both torchbearers and targets. Justin, once the golden boy with a UCLA degree and a promising TV career, is now tied to lawsuits that could shape his future. Christian, the rapper who once celebrated his father's legacy in song, now faces whispers that he may be repeating history.
In the moment, it just felt like, what? Like, is this fun for him? Is this like a test?
For 50 Cent, this is uncharted territory. For years, he's controlled the narrative, turning even his own legal troubles into a brand. But now, the stakes are higher. If the Combs brothers documentary lands even a few credible blows, it won't just threaten his reputation, it could unravel the entire mythos he's built, the story of the self-made king who outsmarted the system. The real fear isn't Lozinget's becoming irrelevant. And the most dangerous part? We haven't seen the worst yet. The documentary is coming, but so are counter-lawsuits, leaked recordings, and unexpected betrayals from figures who have stayed silent until now. Industry whispers point to a former Diddy associate once untouchable ready to flip, potentially implicating not just the Combs family, but half a dozen other heavyweights. Meanwhile, 50 Cent's team is reportedly preparing a preemptive legal strike, aiming to discredit the Combs brothers' project before it even drops. And then there's the ultimate wild card, Diddy himself, still pulling strings from prison, convinced he can turn the tide in his favor.
So apparently Diddy's knee has been bothering him recently, so he reported it. At some point, it was decided that he needed medical care outside of the jail, so he was taken to a Brooklyn.
The system is built for explosions like this, where every move triggers a reaction, every revelation sparks another, and the only certainty is that no one comes out unscathed. Buckle up. The documentary is just the spark. The fire that follows won't just consume the guilty, it could engulf the entire industry. What's becoming painfully clear is that this conflict is no longer contained. It's spilling into boardrooms, courtrooms, and even political circles. Diddy's case has already drawn lawmakers' attention, with some seeing it as a chance to push for stricter oversight of entertainment industry practices. Meanwhile, 50 Cent's public crusade against Diddy has made him a polarizing figure. Some hail him as a truth teller, others brand him an opportunist. PR teams are working overtime, but the damage is already done.
The data shows a wide variety of sentences. Weighing all the relevant factors, the court determines that the sentence is 50 months of incarceration.
50. 4 years. 4 years.
5-0.
4 years, 2 months.
2 months.
Yep.
Wow.
50 months.
The real power players are the ones staying quiet, watching from the sidelines as chaos unfolds, ready to move when the dust settles. Because this was never just about winning or losing, it's about who's still standing when the music stops. And right now, that music is getting louder every day. We're left with the question that's haunted this story from the start. If Diddy's sons truly have the kind of evidence they claim, material powerful enough to rewrite history and take down one of hip-hop's most untouchable figures, why haven't we seen it yet? Are they waiting for the perfect moment? Or are they being pulled into a game bigger than they understand? And what happens if they push too far? If the documentary backfires? If the legal system turns on them? Or if the people they're trying to protect become their greatest liability? One thing is certain, the next move won't just change the narrative, it will change lives. We'll be watching every step. Stay sharp, stay curious, and remember, the real story is always hiding in the shadows.